Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I want to be a part of it. New York, New York. That's right, guys. I am going to New York. If you are watching this today, I am leaving tonight for New York City. I've never been, but it's my 50th birthday and I'm going all out. I wanted to go to New York since I've never been, and my partner and I are going, and it's going to be a blast. And I will be doing some vlogging and special stuff, but we'll talk about that later in the video, okay? This is my weekly digest. This is weekly digest number 3, I believe. Yes, weekly digest number 3. And we're going to go ahead and talk about the stuff that I read. Get my eyes on here. And here we go. So the first thing I want to talk about is that I finished reading The Willful Princess and the Piebald Prince by Robin Hobb. I read this on my Kobo, and this was a buddy read with Danielle over at Bookcara. We've been reading through The Realm of the Elderlings together. As you probably know if you watched a lot of my videos recently, I've talked about it. And this is a short story, or a novella rather, set prior to the Realm of the Elderlings books. And it tells the story of kind of how the wit may have come to be in the Farseer line. And so it's a wonderful little story. I absolutely loved it. And I don't know if I'll do a review for it just because it's such a short book, and there are other books in the series that go more in depth with what we learn here, but I'm so happy that I read this book, and I really should have read it after the Farseer trilogy. That's kind of when it's recommended that you read it, but I've already finished up through the Rainwild Chronicles, and I'm just now reading it. But you know, you can read it whenever you want to, or you don't necessarily have to read it, I guess. But if you're a Farseer completionist or a Hobb completionist in that particular series, you probably want to read it. So I had a blast, and let's move on to what I am currently continuing to read, okay? I did read more in The Reformatory by Tananarive Due, and we are right on the cusp of getting into the Reformatory itself. Some events have happened, and so the Reformatory is going to be coming on the scene here pretty shortly. I'm not very far in the book. I am finding it kind of a slow burn, which isn't a bad thing. It just means that it's taking me longer to feel like I'm getting somewhere with the book and to really feel like I want to consistently pick it up. So I am enjoying it, but I haven't gotten very far yet. Maybe that will happen next week. I don't know. We shall see. And who knows? Since I've recorded this, I may have read more in it. We don't know. That's the beauty of these weekly catch-ups, is you kind of get to see where I am in progress. All right, and then I am also continuing to read A Night in the Lonesome October by Roger Zelazny, and I'm absolutely loving it. It's gotten really good right now. And boy, oh boy, I did not expect this to have as many, what would I call them? Lovecraftian features. But this is full of Lovecraftian stuff. I had no idea that would be in there. I didn't know anything about the book going into it. And I'm very pleasantly surprised. I love Lovecraftian horror. And there's a good chunk in here. It's not just Lovecraftian horror. There's other stuff in here too. Classic monsters, you know, little bits of fairy tale here and there. So it's kind of an amalgam of different things. And I'm loving it. And this really does make me want to read more Roger Zelazny at some point. So Those are the books that I really focused on this week. I haven't gotten a whole lot read in anything else. I had planned to read Something Wicked This Way Comes this week, and it just didn't happen for whatever reason. So, yeah, gonna be reading more in this, and then going to be reading, hopefully, more in Something Wicked This Way Comes. So I won't show that here just because, I haven't read any more in it. But let's move on to what some of my plans will be for the channel and talk about some channel notes. One thing that I think you guys will really enjoy is a video that I already did. It's up on the channel, and my partner and I did the couples book tag. So we got together and talked about our different reading tastes and how they align and how we differ. And I've gotten some really good feedback on the video, and so if you have not seen it yet, please go check it out. It was a lot of fun. You'll get to meet my partner and get to know her a little bit, so I'm really excited for you to check that out. And then, coming up in the near future, I have a few things. I am going to be doing a dual review for the Pet Sematary book and movie. And I'm going to structure it as a spoiler-free/spoiler video. So I will have a section where there are spoilers, and then the movie will pretty much be full spoilers, I think. So just letting you guys know about that. If you've not read the book or watched the movie, that's going to be happening there. But that's going to be coming out. I am planning to have that out on Tuesday, okay? I am going to have it ready to go so that I don't have to do any editing on my trip. And so it's going to be coming out on Tuesday. I am also planning to do the same for Misery. Now, it's been a while since I've watched Misery, the movie, but a lot of it is still really stuck in my head. It's a very memorable movie. And so I will be doing a review for both the book and the movie for Misery as well. Same format as I am doing for Pet Sematary, so keep that in mind. And I hope you guys are looking forward to that. I hope you are really going to enjoy it. And I should mention that the version of Pet Sematary that I watched is the 1989 movie. So, if you're curious about which one I'm going to review, that's the one I'm going to review. I have no plans to watch the newer one that came out. I think it was like 2018 or 2019. So, yeah, I will be reviewing the original Pet Sematary movie. And so let's move on and talk about one more thing here. And that is going to be my plans for my trip to New York, okay? I am going to be making at least a couple of videos about things that I am doing in New York. One will probably be like a low-key vlog, and then the other one will be specific to a certain place that I'm going to be visiting in New York. And I'm not going to say what that is. You guys might be able to guess. And if you're thinking it's the Empire State Building, no. And not that there's anything wrong with that, but that's not the place I'm thinking of. So keep in mind that I will have a couple of videos showing my trip to New York, as well as maybe getting some reading done during that time. That might happen. But if you guys are interested in that, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to chat with you about it. And finally, let's talk about some other shenanigans that I got up to, right? Got to have other shenanigans listed in here. The first one of those is my roommate talked me into watching Peacemaker. I saw the first episode of Peacemaker Season 1. Oh, gosh, it's probably been at least a year ago now. I watched it with my son, and I wasn't really into it. I'm one of those guys that is not a huge fan of most of the DC Entertainment properties, okay? I enjoyed the first Wonder Woman. I enjoyed Henry Cavill and Man of Steel. I enjoyed a lot of that. But some of the newer stuff, like the Suicide Squad movies, were terrible, in my opinion. I DNF'd the first movie at 30 minutes in, and I would have done the same with the new Suicide Squad movie if everybody hadn't just overruled me and wanted to finish it because they wanted to talk shit about it. Is pretty much what what the reasoning was. So I was like, okay, I'll finish it. But yeah, I wouldn't watch it again. And I was not a fan of Peacemaker. I'm still not really a fan of Peacemaker, but he talked me into watching the next two episodes, and it's better than I thought it would be. And I can see kind of a character growth arc happening, and it's entertaining. So I'll see where it goes. But I'm still not a big fan of Peacemaker, so we'll see how that goes. I also got a chance to go back and play Final Fantasy 1 some more. It's been a while since I played Final Fantasy 1 because I was playing Final Fantasy Tactics. So I went back and I've been playing a little bit of Final Fantasy 1. So that's been fun. And then I've been doing some baking. Guys, I didn't really know I had it in me. Like, I bake savory dishes. You know, I enjoy baking chicken and pork and roasts, you know, pot roasts and things like that. But I've never really been into baked goods like breads and pastries and things like that. But every once in a while, I get the itch to make something like banana bread. I love making banana bread. And earlier this week, I made some pumpkin bread. Here's a picture of the pumpkin bread I made for proof. And it was a lot of fun. I've been having a lot of fun making dessert breads. We'll call them dessert breads. Yeah, so that's been a lot of fun. And I really enjoyed myself. More than I thought I would, because I have never been a baker. Yeah, I love to cook though, and I love to try new things and new recipes and things like that. And what I find to be the most fun is improvising, you know, just kind of eyeballing the ingredients, and it always seems to turn out better than strictly following a recipe. I don't know, at least that's how it is for me. Do you guys like to cook or to bake? And how does that turn out for you when you kind of eyeball stuff? Let me know in the comments below. And that's really all I've been up to. It's been kind of an uneventful week. Not much has been happening on the reading front, but I got some reading done, right? So it's been good. And I am on my vacation until the end of October. I don't go back to work until November 3rd, and I'm just loving having some time off to enjoy and kick back and relax. Looking forward to going to New York and experiencing the big city for a weekend. That'll be fun. So that's all I've got going on. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And until next time, guys, make sure you read more books, and I'll talk with you soon. Oh, and hey, if you want to watch more of my content, check out the cards here at the end of the video.